Let's fish, Davey, let's get some. I'm out to start my snapper season this year. Bit of float lining early, bit of bombing on the fish wider. Just been trolling out and just hit a fish, bonito I'd say. Yeah, definitely a tuna. Yeah, nice bonito, good for bait. On the Mad Scat, one of my all-time favourite lures for trolling. Another fish on the troll. Always good to get a couple of bonito when you're going out snapper fishing. Slept in a little bit this morning, didn't get going until 5 AM, so probably should have been out here half an hour earlier, but anyway. There you go, pretty hard the old bonito. They'll go hard if they've got a shark on them out here too. Whoa! Nice little Mackeral Tuna. Yeah, beautiful little Mackeral Tuna. Even better than a bonito for bait snapper fishing, a little bit more bloodier. Nice. Float liner for snapper. She's a little bit more messy than the old lure fishing. Check it out. Pilly cubes going down the burley trail. Big bucket of me secret sauce. Benamine prawns slowly going down through the water column. Draw any snapper towards you with your burley off the reef. Anyway, see what happens. A few cubes here and there. I usually use all mono when I'm float lining, but I have been doing a bit of fishing with my mate who loves float lining, and he loves to use braid. So just on one rod I've got braid, and we normally just keep the bail arm open and just gently feed that bait down. Just hang on to the braid. Braid does give you a really good sensitivity. Got a few fish on the sounder here. Quite often when you're burling, what'll happen is yeah, you'll draw huge amounts of yellowtail and slimy mackerel to the boat, which is really good. And yeah, the snapper will sort of show up. They're curious as to what's going on. But I don't really want my bait to hit the bottom. Otherwise, yeah, you'll just get obliterated by rock cod and Sergeant Baker, and you'll get a lot of boots and that kind of in places like this. So I'm just sort of flicking it out and letting it get down about 10 feet from the bottom, and I'm winding it up again if I don't get a fish. snapper will, the good quality snapper, they'll be up a bit in the water column, you know. They can be 5 feet, 10 feet, 15 feet, 20, 25 feet off the bottom. And they will rise to your burley and they'll rise to your bait. Float lining's all to do with the amount of lead you're using, how much current and wind you've got to deal with. I'm just laying on the spot lock, and I'm at the winds from the west-northwest, and I think the tide is probably just running in, but at the moment I'm pretty lucky because the bait's kind of sitting out off the back of the boat. Sometimes there'll be a lot of current and it'll sweep you around towards the front, which can be a bit painful when you're on the spot lock. But at the moment, it doesn't seem to be too bad. Yeah, too much weight, you'll plummet to the bottom too quick, you'll get all them rubbish fish. You want to just to float down through the water column. Get it down about 10 foot from the bottom and then just wind it back again. When a snapper picks you up, good snapper, yeah, they'll just absolutely just smash. Kind of like that braid will come flying off your reel. I usually position my bail arm so I can just smash it over with my hand in the right spot. I don't want my bail arm here, I want my bail arm here so I can click it like that. But when the fish do show up, it's fun. Sometimes on the way down, when you're burling, you'll draw a big bonito and that kind of thing to your boat. Tailor aren't that good because your big tailor will bite you off. But you'll get a lot of bonito on that around your boat sometimes. Mackeral Tuna, they'll come up in your burley trail. We're going to get a little bit of burley going at first. And then sort of like, if there are fish in your burley trail, you want to just back it off a little bit. You don't want to overfeed the fish. Sometimes you get lucky when you're float lining. There'll be a lot of fish around. Other times it takes a while to draw them to the boat. And other times you just got to move around a little bit, you know, bounce around, power fish, try 3 or 4 different spots. Probably pretty close to the bottom now, and just get little taps. Don't want to be in sort of red rock cod zone. Float line, one of our favourite baits is Venomine prawn, about $20 a kilo. Just using a really small amount of lead, which seems to work okay out here at about 75, 80 feet. I just pop the tail off, just pop him down. Just want to have a fair bit of hook exposed, and just flick it out. Sometimes I'll sort of count. About 60, 70 seconds, 80 seconds, and I'll wind in again. A little bit more burley. Very basic sort of like fishing, float lining, but when you do find the snapper on the reef, it is absolutely deadly. So there's the first fish in the burley trail. Be a snapper, I can feel him bumping away. Not real big, probably legal. Doesn't take you too long, doesn't take him too long to sort of find you. Yeah, nice little panty, legal fish. Just going to keep a few fish today. Easter's coming on, just for me and my sister, family. Just going to brain spike him. So when I'm using the chook pellet, the bread, I put it into a really tight ball, get the moisture out of it, and just drop it over the side. It'll smoke all the way down, penetrate through the water column like that. Another small snapper, close to legal, too small for me. Longer, thinner bait seems to work good on the circle hook. It takes a while to, the two completely different feelings. Like when you're using braid on the other rod, it's so sensitive, you can feel anything. Yeah, when you're using the other rod with braid on it, it's so sensitive, you'll feel everything. Mono is a completely different sort of animal when you're fishing with it, when you're float lining with it. It's a bit like fishing with a rubber band. But it's a beautiful natural way to present a bait. With the circle hook, you want to use big long thin baits, and don't be afraid like to have quite a large long thin strip and just let them get it down, and yeah, the circle hook will do its job. I am a big fan of the circle hook. I do love circle hooks. Awesome on snapper, all sorts of reef fish. Beautiful reel, the Talica 10, Shimano Talica 10. 20 pound mono, what a weapon. What a versatile reel. Like you can use it for light tackle trolling Mackeral Tuna, you know, bonito, striped tuna, all that sort of stuff. Dolphin fish at sea. Yeah, awesome for like, yeah, float lining. You could use this rod for chasing big bream in the river. Nice big slab baits out on the river in your Jew fishing spread. This time of the year, you know, like in April, May, particularly when they're travelling season, you will get some massive bream when you're Jew fishing. It's a good reel for that. Feel a fish there on the bait, some sort of fish. Maybe a smaller snapper. Big snapper won't miss it, I'll just strip it off. Wind up because there's a lot of stretch in your mono and a reasonable amount of belly in it. Different sort of species. Beautiful little silver trevally. Epic big jewfish bait, that one. Ho ho! But yeah, you'll get a lot of these as winter comes on. Yeah, if you could tailor in the burley trail. If I didn't have that circle, look, I'd be doomed. Just small snapper here. Oh. Hooked him in the eye. Oh, I might hit some sort of ugly here. Double look up. Oh, that could be a shark. Oh, right here. Got him close. Nice to get a look what it is. Go back the drag off, don't want to bust him off. Take the time. If I go much harder, I'll bust him off. Get a little bit when you can. Half a foot. Half a foot. Foot. Half a foot. Half a foot. Oh, man, that's a stubborn fish. Got him close. Here he comes, here he comes, here he comes. Oh! Biggest Mac tuna. Wow! Ho, ho. Biggest mac tuna I've ever seen in my life, man. Holy shit. I want to see if I can release him. What size is he? About 80 centimetres. Oh yeah. Mega mac tuna. While I was fighting that mac tuna, I had a double hookup. Not too bad a red. Best one for today. Oh, that was a bit of hectic action. Mega mac tuna. And then I had another panty about 45 hit me while I was fighting that. Oh. There's a bait runner going off. Oh, I dropped him. Fish, snapper I'd say. Yeah, that'd be a snapper. Different feel on the mono again. Whoa. Braid is hard and sharp. Mono is completely different. Oh, circle look just dropped out. Not too bad a panty. 40-45, nice eating fish. Oh yeah. A lot of tail around today. Yellow line. What we got, snapper? Yeah. Here, keeper. Panty. Beautiful little fish on the circle look. Bonito. Fish. That'd be a snapper. Yep. Another panty on the circle look. Little bump on his head. Booyah. Fish. It's a nice snapper for this time of the day. Bumping his head. 45, good eating fish. snuck into a little shallow spot we fish sometimes. It's a tide change now in the middle of the day, and sometimes you will get them on a tide change. So just a panty, nice colour straight off the reef. Little tuna all around me. Oh, hit me off the top. Only a little fellas, but go on. They're good fun. Whoa! Great! What the hell? Oh, a tiny Mackie. Man, they go insanely hard. Look, right there. Well, that's a wrap for me today. Yeah, it was a fun session, you know, like first snapper session for the season. It's April now. I actually got out of bed a little bit late. I left home at 5 o'clock in the morning, but I think in April I need to leave about 4:30. Going to stop, get a bit of fuel, grab a coffee. You need to be on the road just a little bit earlier, half an hour earlier, about 4:30. You know, like really nice day at sea today, beautiful. Light wind from the northwest, so the sea conditions were really good. I went to my first spot this morning and float line, persevered a bit, but wasn't a whole lot of fish there. Got a couple of smaller panties and a couple of undersized fish. Then I moved out to my other spot, and it was a little bit better. Like, and I just sort of ground away, you know, through the day. So I probably got close to my bag limit, about 8, 9, maybe 10 snapper today. Nothing really big, just panties between 36 to say 40, up to about 45. But yeah, I wanted to get a feed for my wife and I, and for my sister and that for Easter. I was fishing pretty light today, so a lot of big tail around in the Burley Trail. And the highlight of the trip was, man, I hit this Mac tuna on me. You wouldn't believe it. I hit my PB Mac tuna on my snapper outfit on a Venomine prawn of all things, and man, it gave me some curry. It took me about 10-15 minutes to get it to the boat. Thought it was a long-tailed tuna for sure. It was a massive sort of like Mac tuna. I actually measured it, went 80 centimetres, and I went to release it, but it just wouldn't release. It had given everything, so I just kept it for bait. And a lot of little tuna out there. I was just kind of like spinning them. And yeah, they go really, really hard, little Mac tuna. They were all over the place. And I was just trialling a new TT, like metal, and it seems to work pretty good. Just they were smashing it off the surface. So they go unbelievably hard as well. This is 6 to 12 pound Samaki Zing Extreme, and mate, if I hit I did get an 80 centimetre Mac, like on this rod, and I probably could get a metre long longtail if I really fought it out, but man, I reckon I'm going to use a 10 to 17 pound like rod when I'm spinning for tuna, because it just takes too long to get into the boat. The reel was okay. That reel was okay on a Big Mac tuna. That's just like a Daiwa reel, like a Daiwa Saltus 3000. It went okay. And I just bought myself a brand new Shimano Talika 10 spool with 20-pound mono. Works awesome. Great, you know, like when you're using a circle hook when you're float lining. So vintage outfit, had it for 30 years, custom built. Works awesome on the circle hook. I love using the circle hook on the Talika. That's what I actually bought it for. So you can just sort of wind into them, and yeah, rarely miss a fish on that. That was awesome. And I have bought myself a bait runner, a 6000 old school silver OC Shimano bait runner, 20-pound mono, and it works really awesome as well. You can see I was only fishing really light today, early in the morning. Tide really kicked in the afternoon. I had to go heavier, but early in the morning, yeah, I was fishing pretty light. Didn't catch that many red rock cod. A lot of big tailor up. And yeah, that's the other outfit I use. Just one with braid, just for something a bit different. And it works really good as well. So they're my three so they're the three outfits I use when I'm out float line and snapper. So like I said, yeah, I was out for a feed today for Easter. Let's see how the fish box looks. Oh yeah, it doesn't look too bad. Like panties. Yeah, so I just got 8 keepers today. Like I said, I got away a little bit too late. But anyway, I probably caught about 6 or 8 undersize. So anyway, it's not too bad. Fun little session for the start of the season. Okay, this is Ozfish signing off. And always remember, let's get some.